Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Chef Mick, and today is a very big episode, guys. Hold on, I need a coat. All right, first thing we got to do is put on our chef coat because we're gonna do some hard work today, guys. Here we go. We're doing a full eight, count them, eight dishes to put on our holiday table. The first dish, of course, is turkey. But I'm not ready yet. I still have this on. Okay, your oven. My oven is at 475. We're doing high heat turkey today, guys. This is how I like to cook my turkey. It makes it quicker. And I also like the way it crisps up the skin. All right, need a hat. Gotta have a hat. And today, in honor of all my boys and the hard work we do, I have my hard hat on. All right. Now, we're going to do some work, son. All right. Now, if you want to know how I did with my turkey, go to the website. Well, you should be there already, www.ricklucio.com, and look at the mini episode that I have posted called Turkey Prep. That's right. I filmed myself getting the turkey ready so you wouldn't have to worry about that part. Anyway, yes, we're doing 8 things. One of them's already in the oven. You want to say it's a little cheating, that's fine, but you know turkeys are going to take a long time. The only way I could do this and the turkey at the same time is to fry a turkey. And I'm not going to fry a turkey inside the house, and I don't have a place outside to fry it. In Texas, I used to fry it all the time. I enjoyed it that way. The boys liked it that way. But oven is at 475. The turkey is in there. It's been in there for 1 hour and 26 minutes. I'm sorry, 1 hour and 16 minutes. That's my bad. 1 hour and 16 minutes, you know. You really need to know your math when you do this kind of stuff, and sometimes my math just gets away from me. All right. Also, I'm going to show you my work area. Here we go. Here we go, right? Let me see. Okay. Work area. Over here, we have water boiling. The water is going to come in with green beans and with the sweet potatoes. Over here, we have our potatoes going already. All right, so remember, got to have these things going, got to get moving. Here we go. The turkey, I've already put it in the oven. Watch the turkey prep, you'll know how it's done. So let's move on to the holiday ham. This is a very quick holiday ham because, like a lot of people, I bought a pre-cooked, and this one actually happens to be pre-sliced, ham. Now, why did I do that? Well, because I don't want to have to cook a ham from the very beginning. I just want to be able to heat it through. But that doesn't mean we can't change it up a little and make it the way we want it. So, how do we want to do this? Well, we want to do this with a little bit of orange juice. Now, I don't have any orange juice made, so I'm going to use this. You remember this, guys? If you saw my mini episode where I made my Orange Julius type of drink, wonderful orange cream dream episode, you should go back and watch it if you haven't, then you'll know that I like to use this kind of orange juice. No, it's not the best to drink, but it is good for cooking. It's really good for the kind of stuff I like to do with it. Now, I need to put it into a bowl. The trouble is, all my bowls seem to be missing. So let's use a couple of these glass bowls. All right. Now, if you don't know by now, everything's going into the oven, so you better have some more than one oven-safe dish. The turkey is in a foil pan. I'll talk about the turkey when I pull it out. And of course, the ham, you can see, is going to be in a baking dish. Right here, you know, nice little metal square cake pan type of dish. There's nothing wrong with that. You can also make your dressing in there if that's what you choose. Okay, so here we go. We got a little bit of orange juice. Let's aim our camera down a little bit more. There you go. We got orange juice right here. That's the mixed orange juice. There's no water added to it yet, so it's still very thick concentrate. And I want to throw some honey in there and mix it with the honey. So I'm going to open up this little jar of honey. Normally I would buy the one that looks like a bear because I think they're cute. But they do cost more than the one that doesn't look like a bear. I guess you're paying for the bear. I don't really know. But I happen to like those. Okay, So we mix some orange juice and honey. Here we go. Now, how simple is this? This is nice, it's thick, easy to work with. And all we're gonna do is spread it onto our, let me arrange my camera one more time for you. Spread it onto our ham. You see how we want to get it in between slices here, guys? This is what we're looking for. Let it drop all over it. Let it be all over. It's going to look like a sticky mess, but guess what? The sticky mess is what we enjoy. Okay, so here we go. Sticky, sticky, sticky all over this ham. Yucko. Well, I happen to like it. Okay, but is that all we're going to do to it? No, that's not all we can do to it. Although it could be, and we'd be just fine. Let's get some ground cloves. Now, you can get whole cloves and stick them in there if you like. That's up to you. I don't do it. I want to put some ground cloves and just season it with some ground cloves. Should have opened this ground clove before I started the show. There you go. It doesn't take that much time to do. Okay, so let's drop some ground clove on the outside. Get it stuck to that stuff right there. Now, you are putting this in the oven for, it's going to sit in the oven for the next 20 minutes or so as we, first of all, heat through the ham, and second of all, finish up all our other dishes. So, with that much sugar on it, the honey and the orange juice on it, in the oven, that stuff's going to tend to burn. Okay? And then when you're doing high heat, just like I'm doing high heat for the turkey, okay, this kind of stuff might start smoking a little bit on you. Don't be alarmed. It's not burning the meat. It's just smoking because that's what sugars do. So, to help keep it down a little bit, let's put a little bit of foil over it till we need it and crisp it up later. Let's cover this in foil. Now, opening the oven 100 times while you're cooking a turkey is not the best thing for the turkey. But our turkey will be ready within the next half hour. We're doing a great job on it. It hasn't been opened since. So we're going to open it a few times, lose a little bit of heat, but it's not going to change up what we're doing for the turkey. Let's drop the ham in there. Now, I want to show you this. Please bear with me. You're going to have to bear with my camera work. I'm going to show you this so you can see how I arranged my oven. There you go, guys. The turkey, this is an 11.5-pound turkey. It's in the foil and it's on that side. Why does it have a cookie sheet underneath it? I'll explain that to you when I try to pull the turkey out. The foil is not strong enough to hold that turkey. If I don't put a sheet under it, then it's going to fall apart on me. I'm going to have a mess all over me, a hot mess, and we don't want that. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now, you see how I have another shelf right there? That's where we're going to fill up everything else, guys. All right, the meat is in there, looking good. We've got turkey and ham already. What's next, guys? Well, I'll tell you what, the dressing takes the longest, so let's work on the dressing. Now, here's the thing you need to know. If you grab this stuff, the breadcrumbs, if you grab breadcrumbs and you throw all this stuff into it, and then you stuff it into the cavity of the turkey, it's called stuffing. When you make it separately on the side with all these ingredients and cook it separately, it's called dressing. We're making a dressing today. You can see I have two different kinds of breadcrumbs. I have just the seasoned breadcrumbs, which are diced, and then I have the breadcrumbs that are cornbread seasoned breadcrumbs. That's what we're going to use. I have it in an oven-safe dish. Oven-safe dish. Okay, I'm going to put this back away until I get everything ready for it. Just line it with breadcrumbs. What are we making today, guys? We're making, let me turn this pan is what we're going to use. I need to turn it on high right now. We are making an Italian sausage with red potato and green onion stuffing. Dressing. Stuffing. You see, I confused myself. We're making a dressing. It's a dressing, not a stuffing, because we're dressing. Okay. So the first thing we want to do, we're getting this hot, so let's cut up our Italian sausage. We're not going to put it in like this. We're actually going to cut it up like you would for anything else, so that when it's in the dressing, you know, you can actually share it with other people and not just have one sausage in there. Okay, so let's cut it up like this, a lot of ways. If you're making a homemade pizza, and I think I've shown you how to make the pizza dough, guys. If you're making a homemade pizza, you can actually use the same sausage for it. It is incredible that way. It is incredible. So, all right, so here we go. Now, it's trying to heat up, so in a minute you're going to hear that sizzling. Okay, I sliced it one way, I sliced it another way to make as much sausage as I can out of this, as much little bits of sausage as I can. There it is. I can hear it sizzling already. All right. Now we're also going to have to clean our cutting board because we do not want cross-contamination. Our knife and our cutting board are going to have to be wiped clean because this is raw meat right here, raw pork, and we don't want any cross-contamination. So, you can see our sausage. We're going to brown it right here. If you want, you can spray it down a little bit if you don't think that it's going to have enough oil right away. You don't want it sticking to the pan. You can spray the pan down, but it will eventually come up with its own oil. There's plenty of it in pork, plenty of fat in there. And then, and what we don't want is having too much liquid in there, too much oil. Although, in this case, I don't think you have that much of a problem. All right, my knife is clean. I'm cleaning my cutting board. Now, knife and cutting board are clean. Sausage, it's okay to, it's already seasoned, but it's okay to throw a little bit of salt on there. Nothing wrong with that. And like I said, guys, don't be afraid. Where's my olive oil? Here it is. Don't be afraid to drop a little bit of oil. My olive oil can go right here. Okay? You can tell how hot it is because you can hear the olive oil out, just going off on you here. All right. Now you can see that it's cooking up really nice. Okay? Let's turn this down. We don't need it high all the time. Okay, what else are we going to put in there? Well, we need some red potatoes diced. I have them in here, but this is all I did, guys. This is all I did. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Uno, dos. Yeah, you didn't think I would go there, did you? And then I took those things and done it a couple of times each. And that's how we got all these diced potatoes that you already see. Now, there we go. All right. What else do we have? Well, we have diced potatoes. This is some celery. This is mushroom. I think I've shown you guys how to cut mushrooms enough already. I've shown you how to cut diced potatoes also. Now, we also said, even though we're putting all that stuff in there, the other main ingredient is green onion. Okay? We cut off the little bulb at the end, and we cut off the top couple of inches, 1.5 inches from the top. We don't want to use that. Now, so we just start down here and use little quick strokes here. All right, now, see, this is how we're doing our onion. But now, as you can see, our sausage is getting ready, so let's go ahead and dump everything else in here. At least the potatoes. The potatoes are going to take a little while to soften up. Okay? So there we go. Now, I just need to stir this around. Again, now that it's in here, and we already have the sausage flavor in there, we're doing fine. Let's go ahead and season it just a little bit. Our salt crock means we're going to add salt. Our Texas size pepper mill means we're going to add pepper. Everything's bigger in Texas, isn't that, guys? Every episode he says that. Yes, he does. All right. Salt and pepper. That right there. All we got to do is saute this for a little while. Make it nice and brown. Okay, make sure that meat is cooked. Make sure that the potatoes soften up a little bit. Because this is going into the oven for a while. So the potatoes will continue to cook in there. So will everything else. Now let's get some of this green onion in there. Get that aroma, that flavor, that smell going. Oh, just love that smell. You want more green onion? Fine, you talked me into it. More green onion, more green onion, more green onion. There you go. More green onion. Now, here we go. More green onion. There we go. Beautiful. Let's get this going. Now, here's the funny thing. This is what people don't seem to understand. Dressing and stuffing All it is flavor added to breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs are only there to hold everything together. Okay? The breadcrumbs are only there to hold everything together. It's going to put all this, we're going to put it all together. Now, how do you do that? That's where the chicken broth comes in. Okay? I happen to use this kind. This is what I bought. It was the cheapest at the store. It doesn't really matter which one you buy. Chicken broth is chicken broth. If you want to use a vegetable broth, if you would rather use a soup, what is it called? I forgot the name of it. Anyway, if you want to use a soup starter instead of a broth, you can do that too. It doesn't matter. Okay, this looks good over here. I've got to open up my chicken broth. Remember, I have no... Yeah, it's called a stock. If you want to use a soup stock, if you want to use that instead of a broth, you can do that. Thank you. I have people in my ear today, guys. In Denton, Texas, I have Dinan, and in Corpus Christi, Texas, I have Dario. They're in my ears. They're correcting me as I go along. They're answering your questions. If you want to ask them questions, they're on Twitter, on Facebook, directly on live stream. Those are the guys handling the work. Duran's doing some other stuff with the camera, adding things to it. Okay, so make sure to say hi to those guys. All right, we've got chicken broth. Look at this. I want to show you this, guys. This looks delicious. You look at this and you're saying, wow, I would eat that as a side dish. That's important. It is a side dish. It's a side dish. It's going to join all of these breadcrumbs and become our dressing. All right. Now, there's not a lot of liquid in there. So let's add a little bit of liquid. Okay. In this case, I'm going to add this whole can. I don't even know how big this can is. How big is this can? This is a 14-ounce can. No big deal. Okay. We want to just get it wet and make the breadcrumbs stick to each other. There we go. All right. I spilled some breadcrumbs. Now, if that's not enough liquid for you, and frankly, it's not enough for me right now, so I get to open a second can. I happen to buy a couple of extra cans. Where did I put it? I brought it, and I had it next to me. Oh, there it is. Way up here next to the computer. I still have a couple of extra cans. I also have some stock in the refrigerator if I need it. But I'm using chicken broth because this is what a lot of people buy, and this is what the store wants to sell you. So, here we go. A little bit more liquid. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Now, why are we putting so much liquid and making it stick together? Because we're going to put it in the oven and toast it in the oven. Without that liquid, then everything just gets brown and icky and dry. And we don't want it brown, icky, and dry. We want it toasted and pretty and flavorful. There we go. All right, guys, I'm going to throw it in without any foil on top of it. It's going to go in the oven. Remember, I have a shelf on top. My top shelf of the oven is clear, and I'm going to be able to fit 2 or 3 of these different kinds of oven-safe dishes in there. This is going in the oven. Ready to go. It's beautiful. All right. 3, my friends. 3 dishes down and 5 to go. All right, green bean casserole. Everybody loves a good green bean casserole. My wife loves a good green bean casserole. I bought green beans. The tips are already cut off, which is great, but I need to blanch these green beans. I want them to look nice and green. So they go in hot water. Remember, I already have the hot water going. They go in hot water. They're going to be in there for about 10 or 15 seconds. I need to get something to remove them with. I'm way over here. Okay, I'm back. Okay? Now, this I'll come back to later, but it'll sit there and cover that hot one. Here we go. Okay, blanch the green beans. Blanch the green beans. Here we go. You know what? I was going to remove them with that. I don't like it now. Whoa! Almost dropped the glass bowl. That would have been wonderful, wouldn't it? Man. All right. The beauty of live TV, guys. Okay, here we go. We blanched them. They're looking nice and pretty and green and flavorful and lovey-dovey. Here we go. I don't know how green beans look lovey-dovey, but somehow they do. We're going to keep the water hot because we got other things to use it for. It's not going to matter that we already had green beans in there. Okay, hot, green, pretty green beans. Now, this green bean casserole, excuse me, this green bean casserole is actually a green chili tomatillo green bean casserole. That's right. I'm putting an extra spin on it because I love green chili and I love tomatillos and I love to bring it all to the table, especially on the biggest event of the year. Green chili. This one, I know you're saying, wow, you got that out of the can. No, this is fresh. I roasted it yesterday. I peeled them today. I cut them up, but it looks just like what you get out of the can, except that I have the pleasure of saying I did it myself. That's all. So, fresh, these happen to be, but if you have them in the can, that's what I would use on most occasions. All right? Now, tomatillo. Let's talk about tomatillo. This is a tomatillo. It is a green tomato, basically. But it's not, I don't know, maybe it is fried green tomato. Anyway, it's a green tomato. It's very hard. On the inside, you don't see the water and the juices that you do on the red tomatoes. That makes them a lot better to cut up and use. They're also they're a lot sweeter than the red tomato is. Okay, so we're only going to use one. My wife's not a big fan of tomatillo. I am. There's a compromise here, so we're just going to do this with it. We're going to do the same thing with this other one. Tomatillo, green chili, green bean casserole. That's not what I called it. I called it green chili, tomatillo, green bean casserole. That's all right. It doesn't matter. If you sign up for my email, you get the recipe for it. I'll send out the recipe for it. There you go. Green beans, green chili, tomatillos, all together right here. Okay, so that alone, first of all, that alone looks great. But that's not how this casserole was made. This casserole was made by adding cream of mushroom. I also added a little bit of cream of chicken. So in here, in this thing, you have a little bit of milk on top. You have half a can of cream of mushroom, half a can of cream of chicken. That's what we're going to throw in here. It doesn't always cooperate because, well, why would it? Why would it make it so much easier on me? Here we go. There we go. Let's clean it out. Half a can of cream of mushroom, half a can of cream of chicken. Why do we add the cream of chicken? Well, because we're trying to add that poultry flavor to it. After all, we are eating turkey. Okay, we add cream of mushroom because, well, that's just delicious stuff. And we add the milk so that it's not so thick. We are, after all, going to put this together and we're going to put it into an oven-safe dish. Again, an oven-safe dish. If you want, right now is the perfect time to say, I need pepper on there. And then you put pepper on there right now. So you can mix the pepper in on there. Then, we need, which oven-safe dish did I said the small pirate. Okay, I've got dishes for everything, and I have to remember which ones I'm going to put them in. So here's my oven-safe dish. Guys, if you don't have this many oven-safe dishes, and not only are these oven-safe, these are the ones that I can actually take to the table, and they will still look really nice. If you don't have them, I suggest you run, not walk, to your nearest Marshall's, TJ Maxx store. Go to Macy's, go to Dillard's, wherever it is that you like to shop, that they have these kind of things, including a Walmart who carries, well, a Pyrex substitute type dish, but still, they work in the oven and there's nothing wrong with them. All right, so there's our casserole. Is it ready to go in the oven? No. Why? Normally you buy these things in a can, but they're cheaper if you buy them in this big giant bag, and then I get to eat all the extras. These are French fried onions, and you always top your green bean casserole with a bag of, well, a can of, in this case a bag of French fried onions. Green bean casserole. Tomatillo, green chili, green bean casserole, and it's going in, where's it going? The oven, my friends. Bam, another dish in the oven. Wow, we're moving right along. All right. Now, I have to clean my glasses because they get all foggy. Let's go to the mashed potatoes, guys. The mashed potatoes are going to go into the large Pyrex. Another oven-safe dish. Here we go, large Pyrex. Now, the potatoes have been sitting here, right here, boiling this whole time. They are ready to go. I'm going to turn them off, as a matter of fact. This water I keep on, that water I'm turning off. They are ready to go. So, why don't we take them somewhere? Where should we take them? We're going to take them to the sink, and we're going to run them through a colander and drain these potatoes. They're very hot. I don't want to touch the sides. So I have red and yellow potatoes in here. Red and yellow thin-skinned potatoes. That way I don't have to peel 100 potatoes and make, especially if you're making for a lot of people. This food I'm making is for 2 people, guys. Which is horrible because in 2 days it'll be gone. Mainly because I'm going to eat it all. My wife loves Thanksgiving dinner, but not as much as I do. So, we have potatoes. They're already cooked through. We just need to mash them up a little bit. Again, here we go. Here's what I'm going to use to mash them up. Trust me, I'm mashing them in the sink. Just trust me on this, okay? They're going to be mashed in the sink, and then I'm going to put them over here. Now, these potatoes, I called them, what did I call them? Cheesy something or other? Cheesy baked mashed potatoes. Why? Well, because I'm not going to mash them here and just leave them here and, you know, and do it out here. I'm going to actually throw them in the oven. So, I don't want to mash them all to pulp. I just want to mash them down a little bit because they're going to get baked. So they are already cooked through, but they're about to get baked through also. Okay, so here you go. Look at that. I know that noise may be annoying to you, but there you go. So you see those potatoes? Okay, there's nothing on them. So let's make sure to add some salt. Let's make sure to add a little bit of salt. A little bit of what, guys? A little bit of pepper. Now, we're going to bake them in the oven like this, but not for a very long time. So let's add some butter and some milk. All right. If you have something to mix the butter and milk with and you want to do it that way, that's fine. Okay, if not, just get some butter, throw it in there. Okay, beautiful butter in there. There you go. And then a little bit of milk. A little bit of milk. A little bit of milk. Okay, everybody, there's a little bit of milk. And it's ready for, what's it ready for, guys? The oven. All right, another dish down in the oven. But we're not done with this one. When it comes out of the oven, it'll be nice and toasted and looking great. And then we're going to throw a little bit of cheese on top of it and throw it back in the oven for a couple of minutes. Let that cheese melt. All right. Those are our cheesy mashed potatoes. What are we going to now? Our honey, cinnamon, sweet potatoes. All right. I cannot see a thing. All right, here we go. Cheesy mash. Go in there. Thank you. I'll tell you what. It's hot in there. It's hot in the oven, and every time I open it up, my glasses fog up, and I cannot see a thing. All right, here we go. Sweet potatoes. Yes, sweet potatoes. Well, I'll tell you what I already did. I have some already cut up. If I can remember where I put them. They're hiding from me. I'm going to use this again. I got to clean it off a little bit. Okay, remember what we used it for the last time. I got to clean it off real fast. Luckily, this one cleans real fast. And let's turn this one on again. This is the front one. Let's turn it on again. I forgot to put my cats away, and one of them is visiting me right now. Get away, cat. Get away. Okay. I've got them cut and diced. How did I do that? Well, let's show you. Here's our sweet potato. I'm not even going to mess with that part right there. Okay? Remember, I showed you guys this once. This is how we peel them. This is how they peel them in restaurants, and they don't really care about how much of it goes to waste or how much of it comes off of the skin. Okay? If you want to use a peeler and do that, good for you. Good for you. Do that, but I'm not going to. And restaurants are not going to. They just want this right here. Because frankly, potatoes, these sweet potatoes, are kind of ugly to look at. So you have to actually pretty them up a little bit. And the only way to pretty them up a little bit is to cut them open. So I'm going to cut this one into three separate things. Here we go. 3. I'm going to cut that one of those 3 into 3. But then I'm going to cut those into, in this case, 4s. And that's how I got to where I am right there. See that? That's how I got to that right there. Same thing, cut this into 3s, and then into, now another one. Let's go 4s, even though one of those is bigger. That's not a big deal. This happens to be a lot of sweet potato, and but I wanted to show you how it was done. I want to make sure you understood how I got to where it was. So as long as you understand it, that's all that matters. Here we go. Sweet potato. Okay, so what do we do with them? We got them like this. What are we doing? First, let's put them in this hot water and blanch them a little bit. Okay? Let's get them. If we do this, we get them nice and orange and pretty. But we're going to blanch them. We're not going to use that hot water anymore, so we got to use the colander. The colander is dirty, full of potato, so regular potato. So let's clean it out a little bit while those blanch. There you go. And then we're going to be able to move it over in a minute here. All right. Man, things are moving right along, guys. I hope everybody's enjoying the show so far. I don't even know which one are we on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 6, 7, and then 8. All right, we're on number 6. Okay, so we're going to leave it in here for a couple of minutes. Now, this thing right here is already getting hot. Let's use a little bit of olive oil. You can use butter. You can use olive oil. You can use a combination of both. If you want to use a combination of both, you know what? You just talked me into it, guys. You just talked me into a combination of both. All right, so the rest of my butter goes here. There you go. How did you guys do that? How did you talk me into these things? There you go. All right. That's the rest of the butter. What a mess. Somebody's going to have to come home and clean. That's not going to happen. I'm going to be the one cleaning because I made the mess. All right. I'm going to dump them over here into the colander and drain them. I'm going to show you how orange they came out. In a second, guys. In a second. We're trying to build it up. Is this a beautiful, beautiful dish right here? It really is. It's huge. Yes, we got it at Marshall's. Maybe it was at TJ Maxx. We got it at one of those places. Why? Because that's where I buy most of my kitchen stuff. My wife liked that one. It's really come in handy. It's worked out really, really well. Okay. Here we go. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look how bright orange they are. That's how bright orange they are. We're going to saute them in here. We're going to saute them in here right now with a little oil and butter. Okay? Bam. There you go. Beautiful. Saute them, oil and butter. Yes, if you want to, salt helps bring out the juices, okay? That's what salt does. Salt is for drying. That's how they used to cure all those meats in the Old West, and they would hang them up and dry, and they'd all become, at least they would preserve them for a while, and then they'd turn into jerky. Because salt would bring out all the moisture out of all of them. So to bring out moisture out of this, and the moisture on these things is actually sugary sweet, use a little bit of salt. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Saute it. Now, which one are we going to put this one in? Small red one. Where's my small red one? Here it is. We're going to put it in here. This is the one that's going into the oven. Now, my oven is a little bit crowded, so let me look at my oven again while I'm sauteing and see what I can move around a little bit. I got to take off my glasses or else I won't be able to see a thing. A thing. All right, that looks beautiful. I'll tell you what. My friends. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and take the foil off of the turkey. I need that turkey to start browning, so it's already cooked. Now I need it to brown. So I had the foil tinted over it. I have now removed that foil. I'm also going to rearrange and move the ham to the top shelf, on top of other things. Now I have a perfect spot down here on the lower shelf. Perfect spot for my sweet potatoes. All right, here we go. Beautiful. Okay, our sweet potatoes, they're sauteing, they're getting all pretty. Let's put them in here. Let's Put them in here. This is how we want to do it. Ah, I dropped one on the floor. Oh, what a lucky cat. I hope they like sweet potatoes. All right. I hope they like sweet potatoes. Here we go. My phone is falling out of my ear again. Now, we're not just going to throw that into the oven. No. We're going to, first of all, let's put some seasoning on it. In this case, some cinnamon, ground cinnamon. Ground cinnamon. Can I say that? Am I saying that right? Sometimes I add too many letters to it. Okay. Beautiful ground cinnamon. This is going to be gorgeous. Now, there's really too much in here. So, let me get a little bit out. I don't really want to make this much. Not that I don't want to make this much, is that it's not going to allow me to do what I really want to do with it. Okay? If I had a bigger bowl, that would be different. Man, the cinnamon in this smells incredible, guys. Incredible. Let's also throw a little bit of honey in here. Okay? After all, a lot of people will do this with their sweet potatoes to sweeten them up even more. And then will they throw like molasses, you know, light molasses or whatever? I'd rather have honey than light molasses. That is just me. And then, why don't we just make this extra special today, guys? Look at this. Little tiny itty bitty marshmallows. Oh, absolutely. Yes. And you know what? Whatever's left over, I may have to just eat the marshmallows myself. What a shame, what a shame. All right. Marshmallows, let's put some in, and then they're going to be on top, and what are they going to do? They're going to brown and melt. That is gorgeous, guys. Here we go. Let's throw it in here. Perfect. All right. Things are getting ready. Things are getting ready to come out of there. So I'm going to have to make some room for all my stuff to come out of there. All right. Now, what's left? Cranberry sauce. Basic cranberry sauce, my friends. This is even easier and better than you can imagine. All right. So, what is all that stuff he's putting out? Well, some of it is alcohol. How about that? That's right. Let's put this here. Let's turn. No, let's do this one. It's already on. Let's turn it up. Let's put some water in there. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of water. We don't need a lot of water. Now, let's open this bag. These are cranberries. You know, there's that funny commercial from Ocean Spray, and the guys are standing in a bog, and the bog is like, you know, full of water, and cranberries are floating everywhere. Frankly, when they harvest cranberries, they do it two ways. The first way is a wet harvest, in which they fill up the bog where the cranberries are. They fill up the bog with water, and the cranberries will break away and actually float. Those that don't float, nobody actually wants anyway. So that's the same thing you're looking for here. You're going to fill this with water. Okay? Those that float, we want. Anything that stays at the bottom, we don't want. Okay? We don't want. That one's yicky. We don't want that one. And here's another one that I can already feel squishy, and I don't want anything squishy. I want them all. I want them all nice and hard. There you go. Now, so here we go. Now we're gonna boil them in here, but you can't just boil them within water and expect any kind of flavor or anything good to happen, guys. So we're gonna actually add some sugar to them. Okay, so there's our cranberry out of the way, clean out of the way. That's getting to boiling right now. So we're gonna actually add some sugar and then our own ingredients. All right. Don't be shy on the sugar. Cranberries are very tart, so don't be shy on the sugar this time. Okay? There you go. That's about a cup of sugar. It really, really, really is. So, now, we got sugar and cranberry in there. And I need another one of these. Now, I like to always throw in a little bit of acid first before I do the alcohol. Let me throw some acid in. Okay, this is limeade. This is not lime juice. This is like orange juice, but except it's more like lemonade. So it's not very what's the word? It's not as tart as it could be. It's not as tart as just straight lime juice. This is limeade, just like that other one. I want to throw some of this in here. Okay? It's going to make it, it's really going to offset that sweetness of the cranberries. We need this hot. We need this going. It needs to boil and burst. But while it's boiling to burst, we're going to add just a little bit of alcohol. You can add rum. Dark rum is always good. In this case, we're going to add something called agavero. It is a tequila liqueur. So we're going to use a little tequila in ours today. Not too much, guys. But we want to put it in there while it's boiling and trying to make them burst so that the alcohol itself burns off, but the flavor doesn't, and the flavor joins. All right. So we got this going. We've got everything else in the oven. We're moving right along. We really, really are. So what's next? Well, I'll tell you what's next. We're going to move our camera one more time, guys. And this time, while we wait for the cranberry sauce for the cranberries to burst, we're going to work over here. And this, I don't know what kind of view you got. This is my stand mixer, and we're going to work on dessert. We are going to work on dessert. And dessert will be delicious. What do we have for dessert? Well, it is a cream cheese pie, basically. This is what my sister makes every year, along with a chocolate pudding pie, and of course, pumpkin pie and pecan pie. My sister bakes a lot. And then we show up and we eat it all, and there's never anything left, especially the dessert part. Especially the dessert part. That's 8 ounces. 8 ounces of cream cheese. That's what it calls for. It also calls for Cool Whip and sugar. So we got cream cheese. It wants 3/4 cup of sugar. That's fine. I'm adding something else to it, so I'm only going to use like half a cup of sugar. All right, cream cheese and sugar. So let's get that moving while I get the Cool Whip out. Excuse me. It wants an 8 ounce. It wants a whole 8 ounce thing of Cool Whip. This, I need to find a better camera angle for you guys. Let's try this one further away. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit better. This is an 8 ounce thing of Cool Whip, an 8 ounce tub. The whole tub is going to go in there. But instead, Rick, you're going to throw something different in. That's why you didn't need as much sugar. You're absolutely right. I said that. What am I going to throw in there, guys? Well, let me throw this Cool Whip in first. Oh, what a mess. It's a beautiful mess, in case you're wondering, but a mess nonetheless. All right. Cool Whip is in there. That's not bad. Oh, do I have to? Yes, I do. Okay, let's turn that off. We've got Cool Whip in here. We've got cream cheese in here. We got sugar in here. I didn't put in as much sugar as I asked for because I'm going to add marshmallow cream. That's right. I love marshmallow cream. These things are trying to burst open right now. The cranberries are trying to burst open. They're doing their best to get out and become a wonderful cranberry sauce for us. Got to burst open and let all that beautiful, beautiful flavor out. Now, marshmallow cream is very sticky. Okay? I'm not going to throw the whole thing. I'm going to throw in half a jar. And try not to leave all of it right here. So it's very sticky. Yes, I know. I heard you. I forgot to put you away, Cat. Here we go. Half a jar, marshmallow cream, added to the Cool Whip, the cream cheese. Now, don't leave me yet, guys. Don't leave me yet. I know you're saying, oh, this is bogged down a little bit. It hasn't. It hasn't. I'm making a dessert so that everything else has time to to bake. Okay. Looks like these things are ready, so the cranberry are basically ready to come out. And let's not forget, we need to pull out our, what do we have to pull out? We got to pull out the potatoes and throw some cheese on them. So let's get our mashed potatoes out right now while that mixes. Let me show you the mashed potatoes before I throw cheese on them. Look at this. Look at that. I'm going to throw some cheese on and throw them back in. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's an incredible mashed potato. I promise you it is. Where's my, here's my cheese. Now, turn this off. All right, so let's turn our camera this way. Our mashed potatoes are right there. Our cranberries, I turned them down. They were boiling and almost boiled over, but they didn't. So let's throw some cheese on top right here. Oh, absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect cheese. There you go. Look at that. And let's put it back into the oven. That's right. What else is ready to come out? Well, the turkey's looking excellent, my friends. I'm going to pull the turkey out in a minute. The ham's ready to come out, so I'm going to pull the ham out right now. Okay, we put the ham right here. The dressing can use some time. Oh, guess what's already ready to come out and maybe stayed in too long? Well, it all depends on how you like your stuff. That's right. Green bean casserole. Did I burn myself? Yes. Do I care? No. Potatoes go in. Everything else is ready. I lost my earpiece. So okay, green bean. Actually, it looks really good. The green bean casserole. You're gonna say, oh, you know, some of those things look a little toasted. I happen to like it that way, and maybe you do too. Green bean casserole, beautiful. All right, this is already turned off. Turn that off. The ham. What does the ham look like? Oh, the ham looks beautiful, and it smells incredible. Okay, let's show you what the ham looks like. That's what the ham looks like. And you can see we can just keep dropping those drippings all over it. It's going to be great. Okay, let's put this dessert together real quick so we can finish up and I can show you everything I made today. Everything I've made today. Wow. Okay, so the dessert goes in here. This is a graham cracker pie crust, ready-made, because it's a whole lot easier that way. Just a whole lot easier. Okay, let's drop this, take this down, let's pull this off. Look how creamy it looks, look how wonderful it looks. And now all we're trying to do is transfer it from here to the pie crust. After we transfer it, it will be complete. We'll put it in the refrigerator, refrigerate it for a couple of hours, or however long it takes for everybody to finish their meal, which we're about to plate. And you have yourself a wonderful dessert to go along with this wonderful, wonderful 8-dish Thanksgiving dinner that we have. So let's just put it in here. My cats are fighting. They're fighting over food because they can smell everything I'm cooking. And they know that once I eat, they eat. That's the rule of the house. After all, I'm the alpha male here. Until my wife gets home, and then she becomes the alpha female, and I go back to being one of the cats. I'm kidding, of course. My wife is lovely, and she loves me as much as she loves those cats. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, the other beauty of this dessert, so we're gonna cover it with this pie shell. You know what? Let me show it to you first. The other beauty is you can top it with anything. You can top it with strawberries. You can top it with cherries. You can do whatever you want. And after it cools in the refrigerator, a couple of hours after it firms up, it's going to be delicious. And you can top it with whatever. Chocolate topping, strawberries, cherries, whatever. Okay. Awesome. We got dessert done. Now let's go back over here. Let's go back over here Look, it's still me. I'm still the one doing all the cooking. Let's finish this up, guys. Let's finish this up. Wrap it up right now. Wrap it up. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull everything out of that oven. I'm going to pull everything out of the oven, and it's going to be delicious. But before I do that, let me show you what our, these are the ones that don't count. Let me show you what our cranberry sauce looks like. And let's put it in here. Let's put it in here. Here we go. Cranberry sauce. Okay. Now, it thickens as it cools. So, therefore, if you wanted to make this the day before, that'd be fine. If you want to make it the day of, that'll also be fine. Okay? Look at that. I don't even know if you can actually see it, but I'll show it to you in a second. This is our homemade cranberry sauce to go with all of our other dishes. All right, so let's clear the area and let's open up everything, guys. Okay, the ham. Here we go. Let's cancel that. Let's turn off the oven. Whew. Again, I have to take off my glasses because I can't see. All right. Mashed potatoes, cheese, wonderful. Oh. Remember that dressing we put in there, guys? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right. The dressing looks great. What else, guys? Sweet potatoes. Honey cinnamon sweet potatoes with marshmallows. Oh, look at those. Isn't that incredible? I need to put these right here. So let me move this off. Ow, that was hot. And last but not least, the pièce de résistance. The reason we're all here today, guys, the turkey. Remember I told you I put it on the cookie sheet because the foil pan won't hold everything I had to do to prep this turkey. And if I pulled it out just in the foil pan, I would spill it everywhere. So it's in a cookie sheet in a foil pan, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it out for you right now. This is an 11.5-pound turkey, and so it's a little heavy to try to get out of there right now, but that's all right. 11.5-pound turkey. Our little pop-up thing didn't really pop up, but believe me, you want to know what's ready? You use a thermometer, like my cooking thermometer. You put it in there, and it'll tell you whether it's ready. I'm trying to move the camera so you can see the turkey up close. Okay? The thermometer is moving and moving and moving. What's that magic number we're looking for, guys? 160? All right. We're looking for 160. Guess what? We've got it up to, if I could see, I would tell you. Oh, it's up to 165, almost 170 right there. That's beautiful. That's our turkey. That's our dressing. That's our ham. That is our green bean casserole. That is our mashed potatoes, cheesy. That is our what, guys? Yes, the sweet potatoes. And that is the cranberry sauce. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful day. Did you see what we just did here? Do you understand what we just did? I know it's a little crooked. You're going to look at me crooked. I got to put my thing back. Okay. 8 dishes, including dessert that's in the refrigerator. A turkey. All the fixings. All of Thanksgiving. Right here. Look at the time. My time says 55 minutes total. That I've been talking to you about 55 minutes. That's how long it took to do all of this. Another hour because this turkey was in there. But 2 hours and you have a full thing instead of what my parents used to do, which is wake up at 4 in the morning and throw it in and slow roast it and wait forever. And then at 10 or 11 start doing all of this. I did it all together, same oven, the same heat for everything. threw it in there, got it all out, and it's ready to go. I am Chef Mick. This is Cooking for the Boys. If you know how to cook, you can marry for looks, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. Watch it over and over. Tell your friends. Sign up for my email so that you can get all the recipes that I just showed you. I love you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Dario. Thank you, Duran, for helping me out. I'm out of here. Peace.